Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and yeah, I really at this point should stop trying to go out and spend a nice day with my family, because every single time I do, they release spoilers. Not only do we have the Confrontation trailer, we've got the Revolution synopsis, a new image from Representation, a new image from the movie, some air date changes, some information about action. We have absolutely everything in this video, and I would really ask you, I know not all of you watch all the way to the end, but please at the very least stay until the section about the air dates and the changes to them, because I'm pretty sure you want to go to know. However, let's start with the brand new official trailer for Confrontation. So it opens with Chloe and Lila shredding stuff, and judging by the context of the rest of this trailer, part of me is thinking it's like these applications for lycée for French high school. They're shredding them, I guess because of their own evil plans, and it seems that possibly Sabrina, who is definitely the better person out of all three of them, tries to stop them. They're like, absolutely no, get in the closet, lock her in there, and Chloe seems to be manipulating her with that whistle that she brought up in adoration. Has that ever been used before in the show? I don't even remember. So they get rid of Sabrina to basically keep her quiet, shut her up, because it possibly seems that Sabrina's like, hey, don't do this, and they're like, we're gonna do it anyway, you know what I mean? So they shred all the applications, and judging by the class's reaction later on, it seems like they possibly rewrite them to say, oh, so-and-so wants this, and Mr. Damocles in this meeting seems like, yeah, that's reasonable, but it seems like Miss Boosty, she's like, my class, I know these students, they wouldn't want to do that with their future, so she's like, no. However, it seems that Lila and Chloe succeed. The class get told what their future plans are, and I just assumed they were just going to be, you know, screwing up Marinette's future and for whatever reason also Julica's. But it seems that Chloe and Lila have pretty much screwed over everyone. It doesn't seem like anyone has been saved by this. I'm not really sure why Lila is targeting all of them though for the class elections in the previous episode. I'm pretty sure everyone voted for her, like literally everyone but Marinette and Adrian are on her side. So I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, you're just proving what Marinette's been saying all along. It's so confusing. So for whatever reason, Julica takes it to heart the most out of all of them, and she becomes akumatized as Reflector. Again, sorry Julica, hate to break it to you, but Mr. Rami has the most akumatizations, not you. You're never going to break his record. And she targets Rose first. Not really sure why, since they're apparently kind of sort of dating, but she targets Rose first, and it also seems that Julica, with her Akuma, gets the power of the tiger, which would make sense. And with this anger she definitely starts to feel, it seems she blows up the school, or at the very least all the windows in the school, and she starts, you know, touching people and turning them into reflectors. And it seems that this reflector, I'm not sure if this one is Julica, there's no way to tell them apart when it's a silent trailer and we don't have the voice actors, seems like they might be looking for Marinettes. Obviously they got into the bakery, they didn't touch Tom and Sabine though, so it seems they're looking for Marinette. So perhaps Lila and Chloe, you know, they're out to target Marinette, perhaps they've skewed it, so like, oh no, this wasn't us, this was Marinette's fault. Maybe, I don't know, I could see them doing that because it's, you know, Lila and Chloe, and then the Akuma fight goes on. We've seen this bit before where Ladybug and Cat Noir are in an alleyway and two reflectors come for them. Now, I'm not sure what the outcome of this is going to be, but it seems like it will be fine since we see Marinette in the classroom along with Cat Noir, so it seems like whatever happened, it was fine. Seems like they both get out of it. And then in the classroom we see an Akuma and it is flying to something. My first thought was, oh my god, that's alarming. I thought it was going for Marinette. Completely ignores her once I rewatched it. Goes for this shield thing that Mr. Damocles is holding. Marinette seems to know it's a bad idea. I have no idea what this is. This is the part of the trailer that confuses me the most. No idea at all. It seems to touch the shield and then an explosion happens. Because, you know, why not? Basically. So, that's great. It looks super duper interesting, exciting and action packed. I can't wait to see it this weekend, and I'm assuming possibly, you know, tomorrow we're gonna get the official trailer for Collusion, which is, you know, great since I have PhD supervision tomorrow. I swear to God, they know when I have PhD supervision because they always release it. I was at PhD supervision when they released the Intuition trailer. They know, and they are out to get me. We also, like I said, have some other news. Some of it is really fun and exciting. other bits about the air dates is a bit more disappointing, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So the first piece of news we have is a new image from the movie. So it shows Adrian and Nino at the fair. No idea what they're talking about, but they both look great. I can't wait to see it. Actually, last night I started planning out my big movie theory video. It's going to be very, very long because honestly at this point I think we have most of the screenshots from the film because they've shown us that much, and weirdly enough I still can't work out what the plot of it is. And now let's move on to the other news, starting with the synopsis for Revolution. So Chloe is more powerful than ever, and thanks to her, so is Monarch Daddy. Ladybug and Cat Noir wonder about their superpowers, unaware that they have just fallen into a Machiavellian trap. As for Marinette and Adrian, their lives are about to change forever. So obviously, something massive has happened in Collusion that is a big old yikes, where Chloe has some sort of victory. So I'm like, does Monarch find out someone's identity because of her? Because this synopsis makes it sound like Adrian and Marinette don't know what's happened yet. So it seems if he does find out, he's waiting, he's biding his time to use this information to his own advantage. They seem completely oblivious to whatever bad thing is going to happen. So I don't think either of their miraculouses has been taken. However, it seems Chloe herself has got more power and in turn Monarch has got more power. So I'm thinking if they don't know what's gone on, has she maybe got the Peacock Miraculous or Felix? But again, no offense to Chloe, I don't think she's smart enough to be able to have done that. Like, Felix is super duper clever. So I'm not quite sure what this like gaining power thing really is, but seeing Collusion this weekend will definitely clear some of this up. And RTS also released an image for episode 24, looks gorgeous by the way. So it shows Marinette in this new dress that she's made, holding a bunch of flowers, something else with a smiley face on it, but I don't really know what it is, and wearing a crown, and my son Mark is there, as well as Nathaniel. Now, I think they are on the Eiffel Tower for, like, this end-of-year party, you know, the thing she and Zoe were planning in Adoration. The only other person I can see that I know is right behind Marinette, right above her head, is Nino. Everyone else just looks like, you know, the random background characters. But Marinette, even though it seems like she's, like, been crowned prom queen? Do they have prom queens in France? I don't know, we don't have them in England either, so I'm a bit unsure about that. She doesn't look very happy, so obviously something has just happened. I'm wondering, is it tied to those other images we got, I think it was yesterday or the other night from Gloob, where she's looking pretty distraught in the dress? So is that right before this happens? I'm not really sure, but either way, looks amazing. So, now for the frustrating news. So, speaking of RTS, as we all know, 21 and 22 are airing this weekend, and as of right now, that is staying the same. However, this morning, someone emailed RTS because why not? And they asked, like, hey, we know 23 is finished. Winnie said so the other day. Do you have it? Will you be showing it the following weekend? And they said, unfortunately, no, we haven't received the episode yet, and we want to keep the chronological order going, which is really good of them. I appreciate that. So in this email, they said they would be cancelling the premiere for 23 and for 24. So that is no longer airing on RTS on the 3rd of June. However, in this first column, you can see Miraculous is no longer on the schedule, but there's no slot to fill it yet. There's nothing been added instead of it. But if you look elsewhere on the site, Miraculous still appears, both episodes 23 and 24, but it's appearing out of order. If you look at those time codes, obviously they're not going in the correct order. So right now, I'm a bit confused. The email said, no, we're not. The airing schedule kind of seems they're not either, but also at the same time kind of seems like they still are. So I'm a bit confused. Of course, I will keep you up to date, but it seems that right now Tele-Quebec and Disney Channel's CEE have the premiere for these episodes, which is a bit annoying because the one on Tele-Quebec is on my mum's birthday and I'll also be in Paris ready for the movie premiere, so I don't know what I'm going to do. So there are also two other pieces of news. The first one was like the proper version of the new special poster in English, which seems awesome, looking really good with the colours and stuff. And the final piece of news is for Action, which is of course episode 27 of this season. No information is really given, although it seems like it's maybe going to be 22 minutes long, and it now says launching in the 3rd quarter of this year. Previously we've been told June, now it's being pushed back to the 3rd quarter of this year, so either July, August or September. So that's all the news, besties. All the air dates are on the screen for you, and these are the new premiere dates for episodes 23 and 24, but of course this is always subject to change. So I'd love to know what you think about all of this, besties, and I'll see you in the next one.